Well, there's just so much more confidence on behalf of the guys. I think that confidence plays a huge role in everything that we do, especially playing basketball. And I think the hard work has been there, and the effort, all those things. But there's just more confidence, and so when there's more confidence, the goals of a particular drill seem to be met more quickly. You move on to the next thing, and you probably operate with a little bit more energy.
Would you say that's where the most growth has been during this streak, or do you say something was
Yeah,
something else?
well, it's a big combination of things. I mean, I think knowledge and understanding. I think there's been great growth there because guys have really gained a much greater understanding of how we play defense, what we're trying to do, the scouting report, how to follow the scouting report, what we're doing on offense. And so I think in terms of our technical mistakes are probably way down. Confidence is probably the biggest factor, but I think there are a lot of factors in just the development of each individual player and us as a group.
Coach, you're playing a team that's kind of had your number lately.
Yeah.
Looking back at previous games, especially last year, is there anything that you guys have been able to pinpoint that they've been able to exploit that you can correct?
Yeah, well, we didn't guard them in either game last year, and their pick and roll offense is something that a little bit different from other teams, and it gave us problems during the course of both games last year. I think the game up there, the final score ended up being a wide margin, but I think it was a 3-point game with a 2 or 3 minutes to go. So I think they've been close, and just some things where the 4 key players in that game, 2 on our side and 2 on their side, aren't here. So it'll be interesting to see just kind of how the game and the game plans unfold.
They still resemble what you remember from last year? They still play the same way despite the loss of their personality?
Well, to a certain degree. I mean, Livingston's such a good player and is such a big part of their offense. He was a more of a complementary piece last year. This year he is he's great, a shot maker, and so I think that there are similarities, but it's mostly about the guys. And so with him as the guy that primarily has the ball and makes the decisions, that makes things a little bit different.
How much confidence do you think your guys get when they look around and see how young they are, and that other guys that came in with them and stuff are doing things now they weren't doing earlier?
I think a tremendous amount of confidence. I feel like, we talked early in the season or before the season, we talked about what the preseason meeting would look like next year and the following year, and it would probably be very, much more excitement-filled or stated goals. And whereas this year was going to be challenging. It was going to be tough. Our schedule, our youth, that's a tough combination. But now I think guys realize that, man, if we can continue to get better and continue this to develop this type of culture, we could have something really special, and I feel like they're seizing that.
What's the difference for you walking into Chipotle on a 5-game winning streak?
Absolutely none. Absolutely none. No lemons today for the iced tea. So no. Yeah.
You got a prediction for Sunday?
You know what? I think they have a chance for sure. I think they have a chance. I'd like to see if us have the ball last. I think it'll be a 1-possession game. I hope we have the ball last.
So I've asked everybody this question. What's the difference between being on a team that's 3-13 and one that's won 5 games in a row?
I would say the difference is, like beginning of the season, we started off very slow. Had to get our chemistry right. But as you see now, we finally getting our chemistry right, playing together, communicating more, and just going out there and playing hard every single game.
When you look around and see how young you guys are, how exciting is that?
It's great. I would say from Grant to Jacob, Nathan Ko, those guys, they've been working really hard, and I could tell they're going to have bright futures because they've been working so hard as freshmen, and like Grant has earned like big accolades. Jacob is known to be one of those pests on the court and just one of the best, smallest point guards in this conference. So I'm just very glad the type of talent we have as a young team.
When you mentioned Jacob, did you ever think you'd play with a guard faster than Quan?
No. My last one I played with Quan, I just thought like he was the best athlete I ever played with. Like especially for his size, that he could just jump out the gym. But him and Jacob, just having them as my guards, and when we get the ball and just push and transition, I feel like nobody can stop us.
Why has George Mason been so successful? I mean, you can relate to the 2 games last year. They have won 5 in a row in the series. What do you see from them?
I would say they just battle very hard. I know they compete every single time they step on the floor. And I know especially they're going to compete when they go against us, University of Richmond. So we just have to come out there and just match their intensity and then just try to get above their intensity at the end, just pull out the win.
What do you remember from the 2 games last year that you would hope to do differently this time around?
I would say the last 2 games, I feel like we didn't hit as many shots. We had a lot of open looks. We just weren't hitting a lot of shots. Calls weren't going our way and stuff like that. So we just had to come out there and just play our games, and I feel like we'll be fine.
Where have you seen the most growth amongst your teammates in this streak?
I would say, like I said, with our chemistry, like we finally starting to know each other. Like we finally know where we're going to be before the play even starts. And like I feel like it feels like a team now that's been playing together for like a good couple years. So I feel like now if we just keep like pushing that type of way, it's going to be a great way to finish this conference.
Practice different.
It's not really that much different. Obviously, anytime you're in conference play, regardless of your record, you have to kind of manage everybody's minutes and manage how hard practice is. But I think everybody's still taking practice just as seriously, and I think we're generally a loose team, but I think it's a lot easier to come out and practice every day when you're winning games.
How important is that? You guys don't seem to be any different off the court, whether it was November, December, or now. How has that kind of helped what's the product on the court?
Yeah, I think everybody just stuck together and stayed confident. I think that we're a really close group of guys, and that's helped us get through the tougher part of our schedule and the tougher part of the season when we weren't winning as many games. So now everybody's we've come together even more as a team, and I think that's just going to help us propel more and get more wins.
Nick, you're facing a team tomorrow that's kind of had your number as of late. Have you guys been able to kind of locate or pinpoint anything that they've been able to exploit, without giving away your game plan, obviously, but that you've been able to work on and try to fix and correct?
I think the biggest thing is just getting off to good starts. The past couple of times that we played them, they've got off to really good starts against us, and we found ourselves trying to claw back into the game, and it's really hard to do that consistently. So just trying to get off to a really good start tomorrow and just keep building what we've been doing the past couple of games.
If that doesn't happen, what will the reaction of this team be from what you've built over the last 5 games if you don't start quick?
I think we're just going to have to continue to battle. I think this game, especially just trying to get over the mental hurdle. Obviously, it's hard when you play a team that's beaten you so many times and that's had your number for a couple of games. So just trying to get over that mental hurdle that if we don't get off to a good start, we can still win. And we've been in situations before we've been down, but just trying to stick together and come out with a win.
You hear people talk about the game slowing down. Has the college game slowed down for you a little bit in the last couple of weeks?
It's slowed down ever since I've gotten here. I think that when you first come to college, you have an expectation of what the game's going to be like, and I think you have respect for what college basketball is going to be like. But then you get out there and it's a lot different. Everybody's stronger and faster and all that stuff that everybody kind of tells you about, but just how tiring it is to play a game and all that stuff. So especially as we've been winning and the games have been a little bit different, we've had more control of the games. I think it's definitely slowed down. It's made it easier to do what we do.
You're obviously bigger than you were a year ago. How much is that helping what you're doing on the low post, driving to the basket, as opposed to just standing out taking jump shots?
No, it's helped a lot. I think it's just given me more confidence to go in there and be aggressive. And Jay's done a great job with me, our strength coach, of just trying to keep my body in good shape, and he's done a good job with the rest of our team as well. So I think it's given me a lot more confidence.
How did you use this week without a game to both rest and also begin preparing, because you guys as starters have played a lot of minutes?
I didn't really change that much. I still got in the gym, still did. What I do, I think the biggest thing is when you get into a routine, just to try to stick to that routine and not change up too much stuff about it. So I still got in the gym just as much as I would, but obviously you want to take some time off, but it's definitely good to focus on class and catch up on some of that stuff. But my preparation and stuff didn't really change.
Momentum, and then you have to start momentum again, or are you okay?
Hope not. It's good for us, though, in terms of our bodies and recovery-wise. But we had 2 good practices so far this week. Wednesdays was a little short. Got 2 days off to start the week off. So hopefully we can have one more good one today, keep the momentum going here for tomorrow.
You haven't been here terribly long, but there has been a bit of a hex with George Mason. Are you aware of it, and do you have any sense as to why this has happened?
Yeah, very aware of it. I know they beat us twice last year, and I'm pretty sure twice the year before that. They're a very good team, well coached. But yeah, that's definitely something we think about. And like I said, practice today is going to be huge to trying to make some of the adjustments, some of the things that they've seen in our previous games with them. So,
what's the difference between being on a 3-13 team and a team that's won 5 in a row?
Huge difference, especially one of the things that we talked about coming into the conference was it's a whole new season now. So right now, second in the A10. that's all we're thinking about, and we just got to keep it going here.
How are you guys handling the praise and adulations of being second in the conference after such a rough non-conference start?
I think everybody's been handling it pretty well. I think, we have to give a lot of credit to our coaches. They've been doing a great job at, not letting us be content with what we're doing right now, and just keep trying to make improvements, get better every day. And like I said, I think we've done a good job of it so far, so we got to keep doing that.
How much have you grown up as a team?
A lot. Like I said before, there are a lot of things we weren't seeing at the beginning of the year, offensively and defensively. We're seeing those things now. And then I think we're starting to figure out how to win games. Some of these games during this win streak, if we would have gone down early in the season, we probably would have ended up losing the game. So I think we're handling adversity a lot better within games. So hopefully, like I said, we can keep it going.
What's the significance of winning those games on the road as opposed to in the comfort of your own gym?
Huge. I think, obviously, especially this year, the A10 is anybody can beat anybody. It's hard to get a win on your home floor. So if you can go get wins on the road, it's huge for us. So I know it means a lot to us, means a lot to the coaches. And, yeah.
Piggybacking off John's question about kind of the hex with George Mason, without giving away too much of your game plan, can you guys pinpoint one thing that they've kind of exposed or have taken advantage of that's easily correctable?
I think as I was an observer for the 2 games last year, and I know I listened to some of the things we talked about after some of those games, I think 2 things that I remember from last year was we got off to really bad starts in both games against them. And also, Coach Mooney talked about this a lot. We sort of let them speed us up and slow us down as they pleased. We played at their pace the whole game. So those are 2 big adjustments that we need to make tomorrow to get a win. So.